Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, for those of you who don't know. And for today's video, we're going to be playing around with some older makeup, some newer makeup, and we're just going to go ahead and just do a nice spring look. So spring is here. I know we are indoors. We're just going to get ready to go sit in the living room and do nothing with just a nice clean, fresh, colorful spring look. So if you guys are interested, then go ahead and continue watching. But before we go ahead and get started into that portion of the video, I just want to ask you guys, if you do like what you see throughout the video, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. Then also don't forget to subscribe before you go. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, guys. Alright, so first things first, we're going to go in with the NYX Bear With Me Primer Water. I'm pretty sure you guys are like so tired of seeing this, but I just have a little bit left. And I feel like because I'm not doing makeup every single day, I'm not going through this as fast as I should be. But let's go ahead and spray our face. And what we're going to go ahead and do is prime up our lids. To do that, we're going to go in with my handy dandy Covergirl Lid Lockout Primer. This is one of my absolute favorite primers ever. This really does get the job done. It is just so good if you have oily skin. It really just makes sure that your eyeshadow stays on all day. It is amazing. I really do think this is a dupe for the NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. This is just such great. This is just such a great product, and the price is like super affordable, so I'm obsessed with this. And of course, we're going to start off with the brows. I'm just going to speed through this because you guys have seen me do my brows 1,000 times, but I will show you guys what I use. So first, I'm just going to go in with the NYX. This is just the micro brow pencil. I love this. You do get a little thin tip, and then on the other side, you do get a spoolie. So it is great and super affordable. I'm going to go ahead and fill in my brows with the Maybelline Tatoo pomade. I am obsessed with this. Do not mind my self tan. This is just such a good product. You really only need a little bit of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in my brows now. Then we're going to go ahead and clean up the brows, and to do that, we're going to go in with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Fix Concealer. This is in the shade Light Sand. Do I like this? No. Do I recommend this? No. It is extremely thick. I'm just trying to use it up just because I do have it, but it is just, even cleaning up the brows, it is just super thick, very hard to blend out, just not the best. But because I do have it, I am going to use it up. So let's go in and blend this out. I'm just going to go with the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush and blend this out as best as I can. So let's go ahead and play with the eye. So I have not used this eyeshadow palette in such a long time. I think it's still available. This is just the Be a Mermaid and Make Waves palette from Tarte. I absolutely love this palette. Y'all know I love mermaids, so I wanted to go ahead and just like create a nice purple look, just like a very nice summer look. You guys can see I have used and abused this palette. I used to love this palette. It is such a good palette, so blendable. I do hope that it is still available because it is just that good. So what I'm first going to go into is the shade Sandbar, which is this shade right here. I hope that this isn't like too blinding for you guys. I know that the packaging isn't the best as far as like reflection, so I'm just gonna throw that right into the crease just to get a nice transition shade down. And I'm just going in windshield wiper motions, just blending this out, buffing it out, and just getting a nice crease shade. So next what I want to do is take the shade Sure Thing, which is this shade right here, and I'm going to pop that right on the outer portion of the eye, and then I'm going to lightly blend that into the crease. Not going above the crease, but I just want to add a little bit of pink. I'm going in windshield wiper motions just to blend this all out. And what I'm going to do is just take a smaller brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade Shipwreck, which is this shade right here. And I'm going to pack that on the outer portion of my eye just to build up the color. Then I'm going to pack that on into the crease and then on the inner portion of my eye, kind of doing like a halo eye. The day that I am filming this, it is Easter. We are still on quarantine, so I'm really not doing anything like big, but I am very lucky. Like, my mom is home, so my grandma, so we're gonna do like a little Easter dinner, just like a very small Easter dinner. Nothing crazy, just to spend some like time together, make it feel a little bit more normal. I feel like because of everything that is going on, sometimes it doesn't feel super normal, but I'm really happy that my mom is like able to like cook and stuff, and that we can still kind of have like a little simple Easter dinner. I think I'm gonna go in with this really pretty shade. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my finger and just apply that to like the center of my eye, kind of like a halo eye, and then just blend that out. That is such a beautiful shade, oh my gosh, and I'm not flipping you guys off. But let's go ahead and put on some primer. For primer, we're going to go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. This is a primer and a moisturizer in one. I haven't used this in a really long time, and it's kind of watery, so we're just going to... Is that too much? Okay, so we have that, and I'm just going to rub it. It feels like I'm rubbing like water all over my face. I don't remember if this is like going to make me feel more oily. I really don't remember, but it feels really, really like soft on the skin. My skin feels really moisturized though, and even though I am oily, I like to make sure my skin is like super hydrated, because if not, then you get more oily throughout the day. So did that. Then we're gonna go ahead and double prime, because I love double priming. We're gonna go in with the Too Faced Prime and Poreless Skin Smoothing Face Primer. I really like this. Not as good as like my e.l.f. one that I'm like obsessed with, and not as good as my Tarte Timeless, but this is still pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and just rub that in and kind of do slight packing motions just to really get that into the pores. Alright, then we're going to go ahead and just add a little bit of color corrector. This is a step you can obviously skip if you do not have really dark circles, but I'm going to go in with a Charlotte Tilbury No. 2 Medium color corrector. Jeffree Star also has a really good color corrector, but I recently discovered this and I'm like in love with it. I like applying it with my finger and then going in with a sponge and blending that out. It just gives such a nice light coverage that you guys could like see the difference already. It just gives such a nice light coverage. It looks really natural and it does not feel heavy. So like I can use this by itself and it is amazing. We're just going to let that sit for a little bit, and I'm going to go in and just do a thin line on my waterline. You can do a wing. I just feel like because this is more of like a summer fresh, like fun look, I don't want to do anything too intense. So we are going to just do a nice thin wing. I'm using the Covergirl. This is the liquid liner, and this is in the shade 320. So I feel like my skin feels like not tacky at all. It really just like sunk in. All those primers really just sunk into my skin. I'm kind of really liking it. As far as pores, I feel like it did an okay job. Again, not as good as like my other ones that I'm like obsessed with, but still pretty good. So as you guys can see, I'm very, very pale. So what I'm going to actually go ahead and do is just mix the two. So I'm going to go in with the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Long Wear Foundation and Concealer. I'm just going to be using this for foundation today. This is in the shade MG7. And I'm going to go ahead and mix that with the LA Colors Foundation Mixing Pigment. This is just in the shade White. I like this mixing pigment. I feel that it really doesn't alter the foundation at all, which is like amazing. So I have the foundation right over here, and then I'm just going to, I have been doing like 2 to 3 like full pumps, so kind of like that. And then it did come with a spatula, and I'm just gonna mix the two and see how that color comes out, because we may need to lighten it a little bit more because I'm a little pale. So this is what the color is looking like right now. I feel like I just need to add a little bit more of the white, about like half of a pump, so just like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix it again. Honestly, if you are somebody who, like me, is kind of like different colors, I mean, I feel like the quarantine is making me at my palest, but even with some of my other foundations this summer, I'm usually a lot darker. Winter, I'm usually pale. This is like the palest I've been in a while, so I actually really do recommend getting that. That just makes such a difference. Yeah, that's gonna be amazing. That's gonna be really good coverage. I'm gonna go ahead and take my sponge and then just blend this out. Again, like, I definitely did mix a lot, but just in case I need more coverage. And I'm just going into my beauty blender. Usually I don't use a beauty blender. I will use usually I will go in with my Real Technique sponge, my Ulta sponge, or my Beaky Beauty sponge. I have this, I'm like, let me just go ahead and use it. So I am gonna add some more to my forehead. This is like super full coverage, so you really don't need that much of it. And because we're going for more of like a summer look, I don't want anything that is too like crazy full coverage. I feel like this is pretty good, and it blends out really nicely. I feel like this is like an alright match. Definitely could have gone a little bit lighter because this is a little bit more golden, but I do have a concealer that can help fix. I'm just going to build it up a little bit more on my cheek area and just a little bit more on my chin, just because that is where I need the extra coverage. I don't know if anybody else's skin is like going through it, but I have not been wearing makeup and I feel like my skin is just being very problematic right now. And I also really like this because it does have concealer in it too. So if this was like my original shade, I would have a concealer and a foundation all in one, which is like amazing and great for like traveling and stuff. So what we're actually going to go ahead and do is wipe off these lips, and I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of cream bronzer. So one cream bronzer that I have been like obsessing over is this Tarte one. This is the Tarte Breezy Cream Bronzer. This is in the shade Seychelles, and this is what it looks like. And I do have the little brush that it comes with. I'm actually like obsessed. You only need a little bit of this, so I'm just going to go ahead and tap that in and then like apply a little bit at a time because of how like pigmented this is. I did the mistake yesterday of like adding too much, and I was like, oh my god. It just gives such a nice like contour and like bronze to the face. I usually don't like creams, but this is just blending out like beautifully. It blends out so nice. And the brush, I feel like the brush is just made for this area. It just really hugs and it's just great. It makes blending like a dream. So look at that. That is just so contoured and like snatched, and I'm like obsessed. It is so good. I kind of like doing a stippling motion whenever I use a cream contour, and it also makes it very easy to do the forehead as well. Just the shape of this is like amazing. I'm obsessed with it. So we're going to go ahead and do some concealer because we need it. I'm going to go in with the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue Medium Tan number 18 concealer. I may need to go in with something a little bit lighter just to really brighten up the under eye. I am just going in with the Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer. This one is in the shade C6, so it definitely is light for me. It was like super light, but I'm just going to add a little bit of it. I'm going to go ahead and blend this out. I love both of these concealers. They are amazing. They both provide really good coverage on their own. That is a really nice like combination. Oh my gosh, that is just such nice coverage. Oh my gosh, I'm like obsessed. So what we are going to go ahead and do is powder up our face, starting off with the under eyes first. I'm going to go in with the Pat McGrath Labs Light Skin Fetish Sublime Perfecting Powder. I really like this for setting underneath the eyes. I feel like it just gives such a nice bright appearance. I do have mine in the lighter shade. I like going lighter underneath the eyes, but they do have 3 different shades. Then what we're gonna go ahead and do is use the Maybelline Shine Free Loose Powder. I have been like obsessing over this. This is so good. And I'm just gonna use my sponge and then just put that all over my face. I'm super oily, so no matter what, I always do have to go ahead and set my face. We need to finish up that lower lash line. And I think I'm just going to keep it like very low key, kind of simple. And I'm just going to take a pencil brush. Just going to mix between the shade Sure Thing and Shipwreck. Just these 2 shades right here. And I'm going to buff that into my lower lash line. I'm gonna just like smoke that out a lot. And next we have to go ahead and put on some mascara. We're just gonna finish up the eyes because we're here already. I'm gonna go in with the Milk Makeup Kush mascara. I do just have like the little mini like travel size of it, but I have actually been really loving this mascara. Don't get me wrong, I still am obsessed with my Maybelline one. I actually just ordered another one of the Maybelline ones because it is literally my holy grail. But I feel like this is a really good mascara too. Look at that difference. That is like insane. It just works so well. So we're just going to go ahead and use the same exact mascara for the lower lashes as well. I make the weirdest faces when I put on mascara. I feel like we all do that, right? Not just me? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Boost and Set Brow Gel. I love this brow gel. It adds like nice coverage to the brows as well, like more of an extra tint. And it just makes sure that your brows stay in place all day. Even though we're not going anywhere, we still want our brows staying in place and looking good. So we need to go ahead and put on some bronzer. And for bronzer, we're going to go in with the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer. I feel like I haven't used this in a really, really long time. I used to really like this bronzer. I have mine in the shade Sunset Strip Tease. So I'm going to just tap a little bit more just to make sure that... I know when I put all that powder on, sometimes you do lose a little bit of the bronzer. Kind of just going over the exact places where I put that cream contour. And I'm going in with a matte bronzer. And we're going to apply some blush. For blush, we're going to go in with the Catrice blush. This is water and sweat proof. This is in the shade Berry. I really love this blush. It gives such like a nice flush to the cheeks. It just looks so pretty. I feel like it just matches this look like perfectly. And I've been liking starting applying my blush all the way back here and then bringing it forward just because I don't want anything too harsh on the apples of my cheeks. So for highlight, I wasn't sure which highlight I wanted to use, but I think what I want to go ahead and do is use my Fenty Beauty highlighter. I have, this is the Kilowatt highlighter. I have the shade Afternoon Snack and Mo Money. I think I'm just gonna mix between the two and pop that on. It is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I'm just adding a little bit here, and then of course down my nose, Cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin area, a little bit above the brow. Let's just be extra glowy today. And I'm going to take a smaller brush and I'm just going to go into this shade, the Afternoon Snack shade, and I'm going to put that on my brow bone. I'm kind of blending that into that first shade that we used. Then I'm going to go into the shade Mo Money and I'm going to pop that right in the inner corner for like a subtle highlight, even though it's not so subtle because this is Fenty and Fenty kills the game. So basically the difference is that the shade Mo Money is a little bit more of like a glittery, I'll show you guys, So we have the shade Mo Money, which is right here, and then we have the shade Afternoon Snack. Mo Money is definitely more on the like shimmery side. Both are really, really beautiful though. I love this. And what do we have to do next? Just set our face? Is that it? Are we really almost done? Oh my gosh, that went by so fast. So we're gonna go ahead and use the Urban Decay De-Slick Setting Spray. Because even though we are home, we want to make sure this makeup look stays all day and it looks good. We need to do the lips. So next, let's go ahead and throw on some lips, and then we're going to be done with this look. I actually just got the Pat McGrath Labs Ultra Lip Pencil. Look at this packaging. It is so beautiful. I don't even want to throw it away because the packaging is just stunning. This is in the shade Buff. Oh no, I wanted a contour. Never mind. Switching it up. Is this it? Yeah, okay, we're gonna go in with this one. Packaging is still so beautiful. I do not want to throw this away, like the packaging, because it is amazing. It is pricey, but one thing that I didn't know is it comes with a little lip liner. I think that's so cute. I love the packaging. I think the packaging is stunning. I think she kills it with the packaging all the time. This is what the liner looks like. It is not a wooden tip, it's more of like a pencil liner. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips. This one is in the shade Contour. And I'm just gonna go ahead and outline. Y'all, this is so creamy. This is so creamy. Oh my gosh, I actually really, really like this. We're gonna go ahead and top it off with a lipstick. Packaging, again, stunning. I think she kills it all the time. Packaging of the lipstick is like beautiful as well. Just look at how beautiful that is. I'm like a sucker for packaging. I think it just looks so pretty. This is in the shade, this is the Luxe Trans 401 Dentella lipstick. And we're gonna go ahead and pop this on. That is so creamy. Oh my god. This is like a really pretty combination. Definitely like more on the pink, like still very like cool tone, but I feel like it looks pretty good with this look because we do have that pink going on. But of course we're going to go ahead and top it off with a gloss. This is the Bronze Divinity Gloss, and I'm just gonna ooh, that smells good. I'm obsessed. This lip combination is so, so pretty. I really, really like this. It doesn't feel sticky. It feels very, very light on the lips. I'm obsessed. That's good. That's a good combination. Okay guys, so this is the completed like nice soft hint of color summer glam. I actually really, really love this whole look, this whole vibe, this lipstick. I am like loving everything. Some top products besides the eyeshadow palette, because y'all know I love that. I really do love this Tarte cream bronzer and that brush. It is amazing. Lip combination I am obsessed with. It is so, so good. Again, if you are somebody who likes me, who like me changes colors frequently because of self tan, definitely go ahead and pick this up. They do have this one, which is the white one, and then you can also get a darker one just to make your foundations darker as well, which is amazing. And also the Kush mascara, very, very good. So I feel like there were a lot of really good products in here. I fell in love with a lot of other products that I forgot about, that I haven't used in a minute, and that I'm definitely going to continue using, like this bad boy right here. I love the color story. It is so good. You guys can really see I put this to the test. It's definitely one of my favorites. Have been using this for a really long time, and I really hope this is still available, y'all. So I'm gonna try to link everything down below for you guys as always. If you do like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up before you go, and then also don't forget to subscribe if you have not already, so you can be part of the ATFB fam. ATFB, all things fashion and beauty. And if you hit that post notification bell, you will get notified of all my future uploads. I usually do upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 p.m. EST. I hope that you guys are staying safe. I hope that you guys are indoors, social distancing, all that jazz. And I will see you guys in a few days in my next video. Bye!